The year is 2013. WrestleMania 29 just happens with John Cena defeating The Rock, and little Justin is watching TV, and a little news bulletin crosses by. Shane McMahon and Tony Khan create All Elite Wrestling. That is correct. We're here in brand new series in TEW 2020 with your boy Jmack Gaming. And you're right. You're wondering. All Elite Wrestling didn't come out. They didn't open up in 2013, but in this universe they did. And you're probably wondering, how? You said Shane McMahon, Justin. What's going on? Well, in a conference call in April 2013 or 2012, sorry, right after WrestleMania 28, The Rock defeating John Cena, Vince McMahon publicly fired and ridiculed his son Shane, and that pissed Shane McMahon off. He thought, the only way I know how to get back at my dad is to compete with him and have a better company and a rival company that betters the WWE. So he went around and tried to look for some entertainers, or not entertainers, but like offers from people entertaining to buy and start a company with Shane McMahon. And that's when he ran into the Khan family, the owners of the NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by the son of Shad Khan, Tony Khan. And that is why we're here with All Elite Wrestling in 2013, led by the owner of Shane McMahon with financial backing from the Khan family. No Tony Khan here. Right now, we're in 2013. No roster. No anybody yet. That is to come later in this video. We just wanted to give a brief rundown of why this is happening. Let's look over the wrestling landscape right now. We can look at some other companies. I was really debating on doing a save with WWE, led by Brock, Cena, Taker, Punk, Triple H. I mean, the opportunities are endless right there because they also have a great NXT roster. Sami Zayn, Cassius Ohno, Big E Langston. You had Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, Neville, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, The Ascension. I like all the greats are there. I mean, you got TNA in 2013, led by, Sting, Hogan, Angle, Hardy, Styles, the TNA you know and not love, but you know, are here. PWG, almost into their prime, I would say. I know some people would say the prime was late 2000s, but 2013 to 2015, the prime of PWG, led by the Bucks, Cole, Steen, Eddie Edwards. Maybe you see them in All Elite. Maybe. Ring of Honor's chilling with Matt Hardy. Rhino, Jay Briscoe, who just beat Kevin Steen at Super Card of Honor 7, I think it was. Jay Lethal's there. This was before Jay Lethal's big year-long reign. What other company? New Japan. Tanahashi, Okada, Nakamura, Makabe, Shibata, all the big stars are there. Naito's on its way up. Goto, Liger's still wrestling at this point. Kota Ibushi's still there. Prince Devitt's leading the Bullet Club at this point. This is a time I've always wanted to do a save in this point in 2013 because this is when I started getting back into wrestling, right? WrestleMania 29 was the first pay-per-view I watched after not watching wrestling for 5 years before that. Right? I basically stopped in 2008 and didn't get back into it until 2013, where I saw The Rock come back. Well, he was already back, but you know what I mean. So that's when I got back into it. So this is why I want to do a save, because I started getting into indie wrestling at that point, hard in 2014, 2015. So no more bantering around, no more. I've built the stage here. I'm gonna go sit around for 30 minutes, an hour, get a roster together, and we'll cut back right into it when I have a roster for you guys to set your little eyeballs to, and we'll go over that, and we will get this series rolling. All right, now that we have our roster fleshed out right now, let's go over it because we are only 18 days away or something like that, 20 days away from All In, our first ever event. TV will come after that. We'll have to find a TV deal, but we're going to start with All In, which will be at the end of this episode here. So stay tuned for All In. But right now, let's go over the roster, go over what perceptions everyone has and where the fans see everyone going into the first show. Let's start with our only major star, our building block, the build, the four pillars, all by himself of All Elite Wrestling, Mr. Monday Night RVD, Rob Van Dam, 42-year-old, still working at this point in 2013. I don't remember when does he make his comeback to WWE? Was it around this point? I think it's around this point. I'm not 100% sure. But RVD, let's look over his stats a little bit. Can he still go? Yeah, he probably could still go. Good basics, good selling, good stamina. How far and how fast he will regress, that will be for the game to decide. But until then, RVD, the major star of All Elite Wrestling. Doesn't mean I'm going to put the belt on him, but the fans, he's the most over active wrestler on the roster right now. Stars, Alex Shelley, member of the Motor City Machine Guns, and that just reminds me that I did not sign Chris Sabin. So pretend Chris Sabin's on here. All right? Pretend Chris Sabin is here on this roster. You're not going to see him, but he's here. We got Alex Shelley. MVP, still working in 2013. He's here. This is right after, not really right after, but a couple years after his IWGP Intercontinental, the first ever IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He's back. He was unemployed, so he's here in All Elite Wrestling. You'll notice it says handshake here. Everyone on this roster is under handshake deals. I did not want to kill any company or indie company. Wanted to keep the indies in wrestling business still flourishing, still up and healthy. So everyone handshake deals. They're still with the other companies. So we will probably struggle for a little bit with availability for some people on some days. But we'll get to that when we get to that. We also see TNA superstar Robert Roode here. He's here in All Elite Wrestling. This is pre him going to NXT. Does he still go? I don't know. This is going to be a fun save where I got to fight WWE, something I've never done before. And again, every time I've either done a local to global, which is, go 4 months, you call it a day on that, or you beat WWE when it comes to me and playing TEW. So we'll see how they dissect my roster in the next fucking couple months. I'm sure they will. Robert Roode's here. Those are my major stars and stars. Rob Van Dam, Alex Shelley, MVP, Robert Roode. Let's go to well-known. We got Brian Kendrick here. He's over in New Japan at this point. This is, he was over in TNA. He was in WWE for a hot minute, not a hot minute, but for a good chunk of change. He was X Division champion in 2011, two-time tag team champion in WWE. Hasn't really done much since then, but Brian Kendrick's here. He's working New Japan right now. Has he had a match yet? He's had a few. We also have Chris Daniels right now. He's part of TNA right now as well. Just one of the biggest men of our TNA of all time. Tag team, two-time tag team champion, three-time X Division champion. All the NWA World Tag Team Championships he held with guys like Low-Ki and AJ Styles. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Good for him. I did not know that him and Danielson held that belt for like a couple months. Okay, all right. Chris Daniels is here, a veteran, a wildly veteran of the roster. Eddie and Orlando Colon are here. Now, they're technically under contract with WWE. So that's going to be fun. But as of right now, they're on the roster. They're going to be working. And they're probably our most over tag team in the division right now, or in the company. They're pretty good at working. They've probably wrestled. Yeah, they beat the Usos by DQ. That's a cool match. And on Raw, Yoshitatsu, R-Truth, and Alex Riley beat Fandango and the Usos. So WWE doing their thing. Alex Riley getting some TV time over there. That's good for them. Elijah Burke's here. Former ECW member Elijah Burke. Did he go to TNA at that point? He was already in TNA at that point. He comes back later in his career. No titles in WWE unless you count the OVW World Championship. He's still wrestling. He's still working at this point. So don't expect him on the microphone. Expect him in the ring. He's got good stats. He can go. We also got Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, what more can you say about him? He's still in Ring of Honor. He's in FUW. So you'll see that a lot on some of these guys. That is Florida Underground Wrestling. They have balled out. They might have got the same financial package I got here in All Elite Wrestling, because they signed a lot of dudes over there in FUW. Jay Lethal's here. Kevin Steen, former Ring of Honor champion. Is he going to WWE? The people are asking. That is to be determined right now. But Kevin Steen, as of right now, here in All Elite Wrestling. We also have Matt and Nick Jackson. Is Matt... Did I not sign Nick Jackson? I didn't sign Nick Jackson. Well, one young buck is here. The other one is not. That's so funny. Is he? Let me, faces only. Oh, there he is. He doesn't have a perception rating yet. I don't know why he doesn't, but Nick Jackson is here. So both of them are here. So the Young Bucks are here. PWG World Tag Team Champions, Dragon Gate USA, Open the United Gate Champions. They're all over the place. Not in New Japan yet. I don't think they have been over there, but they are a PWG mainstay over there. And now they're here just like in real life, here in All Elite Wrestling. We also have some women on the roster, including Mickie James and Melina Perez, two former... Oh, didn't Melina never win a fucking belt? I feel like that's not right. I feel like Melina has won a belt. Let's go look that up real quick. WWE titles. Was she? Yeah, she's a 3-time women's champion and a 2-time Divas champ. Okay. After winning her second WWE Divas champion, she became the first woman in WWE history to become a multi-time champion with both women and Diva belts. Okay, Melina, yeah, she's a legend in the business. 34 years old, can still go. She'll be leading the charge with Mickie James, who will be sharing with TNA for how long, I don't know. So I guess WWE, well, I don't know. I don't know why she's not, I don't know why her title reigns aren't in here either. But 2-time TNA Knockout Champion, Mickie James. And we also have Big Shelton X Benjamin, former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion of WWE in New Japan right now. I think he's working with Suzuki-gun. He's here. Never won. Oh, 2-time ROH Champion. Did not know that. With Charlie House, okay. OVW Southern Tag Team Champion with Brock Lesnar, the Minnesota Stretching Crew. Hell yeah. He's here. He's also working New Japan and FUW. We also got some recognizable names. Adam Cole, Angelina Love. Carlito is here in 2013. He's still working. And so is Chris Masters. 2 men of the 2006 WWE Elimination Chamber at New Year's Revolution. What a shot. Davey Richards is here. Eva Lise before Lucha Underground. Johnny Gargano. Maria Kanellis. Mercedes Martinez. Paul London is here. And so is one of my favorites of all time, Rene Dupree. You think, at 29 years old, unemployed right now. I think he goes to Pro Wrestling Noah in a little bit. But former 2-time tag team champion Rene Dupree is here. He already looks older than 29, but he's not French. He's French-Canadian, but I thought he was born in France. I've been lied to my whole life. Roddy Strong and Rocky Romero are here, and then the unimportant. I don't think they're unimportant. But we got ACH, Adam Page, Allison Kay, AR Fox, Biff Busick, Bobby Fish, your Ring of Honor television champion right now? Tag team champion, my apologies. Him and Kyle O'Reilly, I think. That is correct. Both of them are tag team champions. We also got, Cedric Alexander, Cherry Bomb. Chuck Taylor is here. Drew Gulak. We got Beretta. We're going to change his name. Heidi Lovelace is here. Jack Evans, the High Flyer. Jesse McKay, who for some reason, I think I'm thinking of the wrong Jesse McKay. Is this? Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Holy fuck, what's her name? Oh, no. Peyton Royce and, oh, man. The Iconics. What is her name? Oh, no, Jesse, don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know her name. Peyton Royce. Oh, my God. Peyton Royce and who? Tag Billy Kay. Fuck off. That's a disappointment. I love Peyton Royce. Jesse McKay's here. Peyton Royce is not. Kyle O'Reilly, we already went over. We got Leva Bates. Mia Yim is here. Ricochet is here. He's all over the place. Will we ever see him? I don't know. New Japan's got him. New Dragon Gate's got him. PWG Evolve. Both Dragon Gates actually have him. Rob Conway, former La Resistance member. He's 38. He's on his way, but he's a decent hand. Sammy Callahan, Santana Garrett, Scarlett Bordeaux is here, Serena Deeb, Sugar Duncanton, Sylvain Garnier, Taylor Hendricks, Tommaso Ciampa, Trevor Murdoch, shout out Trevor Murdoch, Uha Nation, and Vita Scott. Vada? Vegan? That is the roster right now for All Elite Wrestling in 2013. We'll see you for All In. Actually, we'll see you right now for All In. And welcome, everybody, to the first ever All Elite Wrestling event here in 2013. We're here live in the Mobile, Alabama Civic Center, and AEW is here to present All In, the first ever event here in AEW. This whole new universe. Shane McMahon running AEW to combat his father, publicly humiliating him and firing him following the WrestleMania 28. And now we're here, the first ever event, a year and a month, 13 months after. We have the biggest show ahead of us, but let's get into it right now. We got a couple pre-show matches before we get into the opening segment. Let's get into it, everybody. Don't look. We start off in our pre-show with our commentary team of Kevin Kelly and Excalibur, but our opening contest features Biff Busick, who is wrestling with CCW at this point, taking on Sugar Duncanton. And Biff Busick wins in 10:25 with a blockbuster. 1,700 people jam-packed here in the mobile Civic Center. Our next match, the best friends, Chuck Taylor and Beretta, taking on La Resistance Von Grenier and Rene Dupree. And the best friends, Chuck Taylor, Trent, getting the win over former WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, or just Tag Team Champions, La Resistance. A decent little match right there. I mean, these guys can still go. Everyone, besides Sugar Dunkerton, really doing well. 50s or above, or 46s and above for really everyone. And our last pre-show match, Davey Richards and Tommaso Ciampa. And Davey Richards defeating Tommaso Ciampa in 9:36 with a Kimura. And then we go fade into our little opening package. Fireworks everywhere. Fans are going wild for this new hot upstart company, All Elite Wrestling. And we start off with the owner, Shane McMahon, the GM owner / booker, whatever you want to call him, the on-screen talent. He comes out and he welcomes the crowd to the first ever AEW show. Everyone's chanting, AEW, AEW, AEW. The crowd is hot. Indie wrestling is back, baby. And, he goes down what's going to happen tonight, He said, we got a world championship. We have titles to crown. We have champions to crown tonight, and all three major titles will be decided and crowned tonight. That includes the World Championship, the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and the AEW Women's Championship. All titles that will have champions after the night's show. And, and he welcomes everyone to the crowd, or the show. Everyone's pumped. Shane McMahon's pumped. Here comes the money. Here we go. He's doing his little dancey dance. You know what he does. But we start off the show, right? We start off the show with a scramble match. That is right, a 6-man scramble match featuring some of the brightest and best talents we have here in AEW, and that includes AR Fox, Cedric Alexander, Brian Cage, Teddy Hart, Paul London, and Trevor Murdoch. And these guys have a great match. But at the end of the day, Teddy Hart in 15 minutes gets the pinfall here, pinning Cedric Alexander. Teddy Hart, not the man I would like to. I will let the game decide on this one. Sorry, I got a hiccup. But Teddy Hart, besides being a piece of shit, did we know he was a piece of shit in 2013? I don't know. But besides that, one of the great wrestler. Let's put that, let's just, it is what it is. Call it how I see it. He's a good wrestler. He gets the win over 5 other great wrestlers. Trevor Murdoch. I love Trevor Murdoch. He got a 50. Good for you, brother. That leads us to our first match. Shane McMahon has announced the World Championship, but he did not announce until right now. Shane McMahon, we go back to his office. Shane says the World Championship will be decided in a fatal 4-way match. And the 4 participants in that fatal 4-way match will be determined tonight in the first 4 matches. The winner of these first 4 one-on-one matches will see each other in the main event in a 4-way elimination match. And let's get into the first match tonight. We have Johnny Gargano and Kevin Steen, former Ring of Honor champion, against Evolve superstar Johnny Gargano. And in a decent little match, Kevin Steen will get the job done over Gargano in 16:38 with a package pile driver. Kevin Steen is one step closer to becoming the first ever AEW World Champion. Up next, when we went over the roster breakdown earlier in this video, we saw Rob Van Dam, the only major star in the company, the big, the building blocks of AEW, the biggest signing that we had. He's up next in ring competition. He's taking on another man that some could consider number 2 in the company. It's Rob Van Dam and Robert Roode. Robert Roode gets the job done. Why did that happen? Oh, I picked Robert Roode to win. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Robert Roode wins, everybody. Let's go edit that off screen while you guys sit here. So Robert Roode is now in the main event. That's crazy. Let's go change that. Sorry, RVD. That won't happen anymore. Sorry, brother. And then Robert Roode will now be in the angle right here. And then we will go to continue the show. And our next match up here, Alex Shelley taking on Adam Cole. And Adam Cole gets the job done here in a somewhat upset victory, as Adam Cole defeats Alex Shelley in 16:07 with a last shot. Adam Cole is moving on to the main event. Can Adam Cole become the world champion in his first big pay-per-view? I mean, Adam Cole, a huge superstar in AEW today, but 10 years prior, can he do the same thing? And our last match, Chris Daniels, TNA superstar, taking on Jay Lethal, TNA superstar. And Chris Daniels wins in 1650 with a angel wings. And now I got to do something again because I don't think Daniels was supposed to win that either. All over the place. I think I knew that. I accidentally booked Jay Lethal in the main. That's on me. That's on me. You know, that's just rookie mistakes here. Rookie mistakes. All right, we go backstage. Kevin Steen has got a microphone, and he says, even being here, you guys should be lucky in the crowd that I'm even here, because I've had calls. My phone won't stop ringing. He brings up his phone. It's still ringing. I got a Stanford, Connecticut number calling right now. They won't stop calling me. I'm the world's hottest free agent. I'm Kevin Steen, former Ring of Honor world champion. And they just keep calling me. They want me. But I told them to wait. I told them I'll be there in a second. But first, I got to come to AEW, win the belt, and kill this company like I've killed every other company that I go to, and dominate everyone that I step in the ring with. So Kevin Steen showing him and showing why he should be world champion. We move on from that. Shane McMahon's in the ring, and he reveals the AEW Women's title. And you know who's going to be in this match. It's the two women, the two most long-tenured, the two women with the most achievements in the wrestling business on the roster. It's Mickie James and Melina for the AEW Women's Championship. And Mickie James gets it done, defeating Melina in 14:49 with a Mickey DT. Mickie James, your first ever AEW Women's Champion. Backstage, we have a little incident back there. Well, not an incident, but we have a little altercation as the Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, the current Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, confronted Bucks, the Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson, saying they keep ducking them, right? We have invited you to Ring of Honor to get in the ring with us. And Matt and Nick, you keep ducking us. We keep ducking us. And now we're in the same spot for the first time ever. And now we get step in the ring for the first time ever for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And a match that you guys are somewhat familiar with. See, we saw your PWG tapes. We saw those ladder matches. Kyle, hell, you were even in one of those ladder matches. But none of that matters here. Matt, Nick, Bucks. None of the PWG history matters. None of that matters. Because when we step in the ring for these AEW Tag Team Championships and you look up at the ceiling, you see the bright lights, you'll also see me, Bobby Fish, and my brother Kyle O'Reilly grabbing those Tag Team Championships. Our next match is a showcase match. We have Elijah Burke and Shelton X Benjamin. And a decent little match here. Elijah Burke gets the job done in an upset victory, I think, over Shelton Benjamin in 15:55 with the Elijah Express. Shelton Benjamin is 61, one of the highest in-ring performances out of anyone in this company tonight. Backstage. This was supposed to be RVD, but Robert Roode, he tells Kevin Kelly that he is already the face of TNA, and now he's going to be the face of AEW, because when he wins the AEW World Championship, everybody will know what it is to be Roode. And now we have our Tag Team Championship match. What Red Dragon and Young Bucks didn't know, that it is a ladder match, but there's another team involved. And those first two teams come out, and a third team comes out, and it's the WWE talent of Primo and Epico. But in about that great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Bobby Fish knew what was coming, and he told the story. He predicted the future as he and Kyle O'Reilly retrieve the tag team belts in an unbelievable match here in AEW. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and now AEW Tag Team Champions. We got an Adam Cole promo saying he's scratched and clawed his way from the indies to this moment right now. And he says this is the biggest make or break for him. This could lead to stardom. This could lead to TNA or New Japan or WWE. Hell, he could be world WWE champion in 2 years if this goes well. He thanks Shane McMahon for this opportunity. And tonight he says he's going to make the most of it. And then we got a Jay Lethal promo, which is now Chris Daniels. He says, he's the longest tenured man in this company at this point, next to RVD, of course. And he's going to use his veteran, he's going to use his experience, he's seen it all. He's done it all. He's wrestled it all, and he's going to use that to his advantage and win the AEW World Championship. And that match is next. Adam Cole, Robert Roode. Adam Cole, Chris Daniels, Kevin Steen, and Robert Roode. And a hell of a match here, but Kevin Steen is your first ever AEW World Champion as he gives Robert Roode a pop-up powerbomb and a package piledriver to put him away to win the AEW World Championship. Kevin Steen, your world champion. Hey, what a 66 and 67. A hell of a match. 67, Kevin Steen celebrating in the ring. And then someone comes through the crowd in a dark black jacket, black jeans, black boots. He's got a helmet on where you can't see him. And Steen turns around and gets speared. And he takes the helmet off. It's Edge. And everyone loses it. Edge is supposed to be retired. He retired 2 years ago from professional wrestling. What is he doing here? Why did he just spear the AEW World Champion, Kevin Steen? And we're going to have to find out on AEW Dynamite next Wednesday night. A 64, a perfect all-in to start this series off. I hope you guys are ready for this. This is going to be my solo save because as I'm on the road a lot. I work 3 weeks away from home a month. So, me and Chad are always going to have the Monday Night Wars. But I figured, I've started bringing my mic on the road. Why not just start recording on the road as well? And that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be my, my solo save, the save I can do on the road, edit and all that bullshit. While I'm on the road. And then when I come home, me and Chad slap out 1-2 months of Monday Night Wars, and we call it good right there. But I hope you're excited. I'm excited. AEW in 2013, question mark. Shane McMahon, question mark. Kevin Steen, world champion. He's not in WWE. Why is Edge here? I have to find out in episode 2.